Good morning, students. So, in this lecture, we are going to discuss Maupassant's story, The Umbrella. In my first part of the lecture, I have given you a brief introduction of the writer Maupassant, his craft. We have also talked about his style of writing, about his concerns, that most of his stories are centered around the middle class mentality, how the middle class people feel and think about. And there is another point which we have discussed, that the writer has also pointed out the rising middle class. They were becoming economically well off, and they are very restrictive in spending money, because they realize it that they've earned this money after a lot of struggle and hard work. So, by any means, they don't want to lose that money which they have earned. So, the story is related with this fact. As I told you earlier, that Monsieur Aurel worked in a company, and he needs a new umbrella. So many times he requested Madame Aurel, his wife, to purchase for him a new umbrella, because the old umbrella was become a laughing stock among his fellow man, among his companions. They make laugh of him. So that's why that he threatened to leave the job. So ultimately, Mrs. Aurel agreed to purchase him a new umbrella, and she purchased it around 18 francs. She purchased an umbrella of 18 francs. So Monsieur Aurel was very happy with that umbrella, and he went to the office, and he was feeling very proud of himself. But when he returned home that evening, and his wife checked the condition of the umbrella, that whether he has used it correctly or not. But what she found, she was aghast when she unfastened it, when she opened the umbrella. There was a hole in the middle of umbrella, and it seems to be burnt by a cigarette end. It seems to her. She became crazy. Crazy means she became mad. She refused to listen any explanation given by the husband. She was not willing to listen any kind of excuse that this happened not to his mistake but by some other happenings. But she mended the umbrella with great care and told the husband to use it more carefully now. But somehow she controlled herself and mended the umbrella. But when the next day her husband returned home, she opened umbrella to look its condition once again. The next day when her husband returned, she checked the umbrella once again. To her horror, it was riddled with tiny holes. She was horrified, shocked that there were tiny holes, small holes all over the umbrella area, and it was ruined hopelessly. It was totally ruined. It could not be repaired by any means. It was so much damaged that there was no chance of any repair. The incident started a great turmoil, or you can say the mental conflict in her, that what she do now. She was so angry. She was unable to control herself. Monsieur Aurel explained that it might be the jealousy of his fellow colleagues, but his wife was in no mood to listen any excuse. Monsieur Aurel tried to console her, but she was not in a mood to listen any argument. So by the chance, By the way, a family friend who has been invited for the dinner suggested the idea of compensation from the insurance company. They have a friend who has been invited for dinner. He suggested that you have an insurance, then why should not you ask to compensate the company for it? They had taken a policy from the La Matrola Fire Insurance Company. After much hesitation, Madame Aurel gathered courage to visit the company office. Monsieur Aurel refused to go and ask for compensation, but Mrs. Aurel gathered her courage because she was shocked when he thinks that his 18 francs are lost. After much hesitation, Madame Aurel gathered courage to visit the company office. She was impressed by the behavior of the people in the office. She was encouraged. She was, what you can say that her hope revived when she was welcomed in a very amicably manner in the office. But she was sad to hear that the company does not pay any compensation for the small losses. The company has no plan. The company has no, you can say that, provision to compensate such kind of losses. Such kind of losses. Madame Morel defended her case strongly. She tried to put, she gave many arguments in favor of her case. Her basic instincts of competitiveness. She was a very talkative and quarrelsome lady, and so that spirit of competitiveness revived. At last, the manager agreed to pay the amount of repair. So she was able to make them pay the amount of repair. He insisted that she would do it herself. The manager also said that you should go in the market and do it yourself, the repairment work, and present the bill to the company. Madame Aurel was exhausted, was exalted, was very happy with this success. That at anyhow she was able to win the case. She went out in search of a promising shop, in a very good shop, where she could get the best material for the repair of her umbrella. At last, she found a promising shop of exterior, which deal in exterior, external things of the umbrella. Madame Aurel told the person that she wanted to recover the umbrella with the finest silk. And when she entered the shop, she demanded that she wants to recover the whole umbrella with the finest silk. And she does not mind what does it cost. Look at the irony. That she does not mind the cost. Although she was a very miser lady, she spends her money with great care and thinking. But when the bill of that repairment was given by the insurance company, she become very hard-heartedly. She become very open-heartedly and becomes she says that she doesn't care what cost, what cost does it does. In this way, the concluding remarks of Madame Aurel reflect the middle class mentality. That how they are, there is a double standard in their life, in their talk. Therefore, in the story, The Umbrella, Maupassant portrays the concern and fears of the rising middle class. The character of Madame Aurel is a realistic description of the middle class woman. These people want to consolidate their wealth. They want to multiply their wealth. In any situation, they don't want to take any chance of losing it. They have achieved it with hard work and frugality. Frugality means it is just like when you spend as much it is required. You don't waste your money. So in this way, the story is quite remarkable, which centers around the middle class people and their values and their you can say that their thinking. But there is a lot of irony and humor in the story, which when you read the story, the text, I hope that you would enjoy it. And I think that the notes which I am giving you would be helpful for you. And this video lecturing is the most fruitful experience due to this COVID-19. I hope that you would take it seriously and do the studies as we do in the real class. Thank you.